Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our first guest received a life-changing diagnosis at age 43. He had early onset Parkinson's disease, but he didn't let it derail his dreams. And now he's heading to Paris as a member of the U.S. Paralympic team. We welcome Portland rower Todd Vogt. Todd, good to see you.
Thanks. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. So you're in Boston right now. Didn't you just get out of training?
Yeah, we had a long session this morning. It was hot and sweaty. It's not dry heat here on the East Coast, as I'm sure people are familiar with. So we were in the boat for about 90 minutes this morning, just sort of cruising around, doing technical stuff, and also just going into sort of our endurance heart rate zone and just kind of getting some meters in.
Right. Well, tell me about your story of being diagnosed with Parkinson's. Tell me, and how it affected you. It had to have been a blow.
Yeah. Let's see. I didn't. When I first got diagnosed, I'll be coming up on my 6-year diagnosis in early August. So I was diagnosed in August of 2018. I mean, I didn't really know how to process it at first. I thought, what is this going to mean for my relationship with my wife? What is this going to really remain due to my career options? Like, I was coaching rowing at the time a lot. I also thought too that I was done being a competitive rower, which was pretty depressing because that was like a big part of my identity.
Right.
So
when you thought that, but then what changed your mind to continue to keep rowing?
Well, I think I had a couple things working for me. One thing is that I've been a competitive masters rower, so I was fairly fit still, right at the time, pretty much up to the time of diagnosis. And I also was a coach. I've been coaching rowing full time for about a decade prior to my diagnosis. So I was fully immersed in the rowing world. So I knew about the Paralympic aspect of sport. So I knew that there was I knew what the Paralympics were. I knew about Paralympic rowing. So I knew that this thing that was out there. So after a few months, I sort of got the idea to see, what are the rowers on the Paralympic team? What do they do on the rowing machine, for example, which is easy to find online. So I did a little sleuthing online and found some of the speeds of international Paralympic rowers on the rowing machine. And the rowing machine is a lot of times used as like a primary evaluator for rowing. It's like one of the few ways you can measure your speed directly. So I looked around and I saw that the speeds on the rowing machine were good, but they were not dramatically faster than where I was just before. So it gave me the idea that maybe this could be something that could be possible. So this is probably January of 2019. So at that point, I started working, I started getting a little more serious about working out. And I reached out to U.S. Rowing, the high performance director of the Paralympic team, and just sort of introduced myself. And she asked for some workouts on the rowing machine and some video of me rowing. And then basically from that, she essentially invited me to the camp that summer in Boston. In the summer of 2019, the selection camp, as it was called, to select the rowers who would represent the U.S. at the World Championships in Austria. And I ultimately made it into a boat that year. So
wow,
that sort of got the train rolling.
The exercise that you do has to help with the symptoms. And tell me what kind of symptoms you experience.
Yeah, my whole left side is a little funky. I mean, the biggest symptom I have, you can probably see a little bit, and you can maybe even see in the cameras. I have a decent little tremor in my left hand and my left foot. It's more annoying than anything else. Although the coordination of my entirety of my left side is kind of off compared to my right side. And so that's the majority of it. It's like this annoying tremor in my left hand and left foot. So a lack of coordination on the left side. So, and rowing really helps with that.
Yeah, because I've heard that exercise is really important for Parkinson's patients.
Yeah. It's kind of funny a little bit in that whenever you talk to Parkinson's, anybody who works within the Parkinson's world, they say, exercise is the most important thing. Well, our weekly workouts, like this year in particular, have been particularly challenging. So, in a typical week, I'll put in 20 to 25 hours of cumulatively of exercise between weight training, rowing on the water, rowing in the machine, being on the stationary bike.
Wow.
So it's like, I don't think I can physically work out anymore.
I think you have done quite a bit. Are you super excited to go to Paris and compete?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it still doesn't seem quite real,
And I hear that your OHSU neurologist is going to be cheering you on.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Tallman. Yeah. Lauren Tallman. Yeah. Yeah, she's been very supportive and very helpful with this process as well. So,
do you think this sets a good example for other Parkinson's patients to see that you can achieve?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, Yeah, I think it does, and I hope it does. I feel as though it's a little bit what I'm doing is a little bit selfish, but I hope it does inspire others as well. So.
Well, I'm thinking that a lot of eyes are going to be on you and the U.S. team when you think back about the movie Boys in the Boat that's so popular, and that has everyone excited about the rowing competition. And aren't you? So you're going to be 50 when you're in Paris. That's a big deal too, just being 50.
Yeah. It's funny. I laugh about it a little bit because all my teammates, my partner in my boat, the mixed double. I'm in a mixed gender 2-person double scull boat. So each person has 2 oars, myself and a woman. So my partner is 21. She just graduated from college. So
wow.
The oldest person on the Paralympic team, in my category at least. But actually, I think across the board, everybody on the U.S. Paralympic team, the oldest person is 25. So yeah, I'm old enough to be their parents.
I understand that. What are you hoping to achieve besides a gold medal? What are you hoping to achieve here in Paris?
Yeah, I mean, this is to make the team. A couple of years ago, the thought of making the Paralympic team was a big deal. So
right.
Making, and I'm on it. Like, I really, really want to win a medal. Like, I finished myself and my partner last year. We finished in second at the World Championships, which is a huge accomplishment. So, I mean, bringing home a medal would be a big deal. I think it also would just be, this is sort of I plan on retiring after the games. As mentioned, I am 50 years old. This isn't necessarily the easiest on my like family, I guess you'd say. My wife is very supportive of this, but I'm tired all the time. You can't just go away for a weekend to the coast or something like that. And I'm not necessarily, I do get a stipend and health insurance for U.S. rowing, which is great, but it's not necessarily as much as I would make at a real job, I guess you would say.
Right, right. Well,
so this is the Paralympics is going to be sort of the culmination of like a 5-year process, basically.
This is awesome. We were very excited for you and for the whole U.S. team. We're going to be cheering you on, and we'll tell everyone more. We'll just put all the information about your appearance on our website at KZOO.com. Todd, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thanks. Did you see Boys in the Boat?
I did. It was great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.